those people get involved in the incident command system overhead system?
Oh, yeah.
How did that work? I mean,
Okay.
you had a real program to run, you had
Yeah.
that other one.
You know, I had a philosophy. I had a philosophy as far as the jumpers. I used to tell the jumpers, you know, you only jump for 60 seconds. Your main job is to fight fires and to be the best firefighters in the nation. That was my philosophy for the jumper program. And I would tell them, I don't care if you jump out the back end of a pickup, off the steps of a bus, or out of an airplane, we're going to be the best firefighters possible. So I supported the ICS system in that I wanted the jumpers to be as highly qualified with their red card qualifications as possible. So if they had opportunities to go out as overhead, I would support that.
Did they get their training there in Missoula, or how?
We got a lot of training there in Missoula. We had the training center there. I mean, we had the best of both worlds right there. The regional training center was right there at the jump base.
So
a lot of the jumpers were trainers too during the winter.
So then you had 6 years as superintendent.
Right.
So you started out with that set of 3 or 4 major goals you had to accomplish. So how'd that work out over 6 years?
Well, by the end of the first year, there wasn't one single smoke jumper in the base that wasn't taking the PT test and passing it.
And so if you came in August, that means by the following summer.
By the beginning of the next fire season, everybody took their PT test and passed it.
Did you have quite a turnover there, or what happened?
No, a lot of people just got refocused.
They just got sucked it up and did it.
They just sucked it up and did it, just like jumpers do it.
Yeah.
They sucked it up and did it, and I wasn't very popular there for a while, but you know what, after a while, I think they realized that was the right thing to do.
And then what about the diversity?
We started working on it. We started on the diversity. We started really recruiting, and I identified people to start recruiting, to start making contacts with different hotshot crews all over the nation. Anybody that had any contact, I gave them time and work time to go out and start recruiting, and we started recruiting some diversity right away. At the same time, and I remember when I started this, I took a lot of flack for it. I started what I adopt a rookie program, and that's what I called it. And I said, okay, our washout rate was 50% or greater sometimes. The washout rate was unacceptable. We'd spend all this time recruiting, and then we'd get them up there, and they would wash half of them out. So I implemented the Adopt a Rookie program, and what happened there, including myself, we had X number of rookies, we had X number of squad leaders and foremen. Everybody got 1 or 2 rookies, and the minute they were selected, I created some logs for them, and they were to call them minimum once a week and start coaching them on how to train, how to prepare for rookie training. And at first, that's a bunch of BS. You know how jumpers are, especially overhead, and they, we're not babysitting, we're not running a babysitting outfit and this and that. So anyway, so I'm watching all of this, and I adopted my rookies. Then one of them was actually Sarah Doring, one of the rookies that I adopted, who just became the first female smoke jumper base manager in Grangeville, Idaho last year.
Cool.
Okay, so we all adopted rookies. And what was the neatest thing to me, one of those goddamn things that Benny started, that's what they used to call me, Benny, and babysitting projects and this and that. Well, when they all showed up for rookie training, here's all these guys marshaling around with their rookies. Those were their rookies, man. Don't screw with their rookies, all right? and my rookie's gonna beat your rookie, and all of a sudden, there was a lot of ownership. And the neat thing about it was that those rookies, I mean, they came in and they felt a little bit of a connection. And so there was a lot of tension. I remember when I was a rookie, I mean, there was a lot of intimidation. And that's not the name of the game. The name of the game is, we're gonna invest that much money. It's a program, it's government money, taxpayers' dollars. If we're gonna invest that much money to pay for them to come over here and train them, well, let's make it successful. So anyway, I think they're still using that adopt a rookie type program over there. So that worked out well.
Did you have, what kind of metrics were you using on the diversity business?
We didn't do metrics. I didn't believe in that. I really struggled with, you know, the Forest Service was at that time, they were using what they called representation parity. I think was a word they called. Parity being, you know, there's X number of Hispanics nationally, X number of blacks nationally, and the parity was the percentage of what the picture was at the national level, the census. And I struggled with percentages, and I struggled with that. What I believed in is, let's seek out the best qualified people that we can get. Let's not overlook women and minorities. And we actually got some excellent.
We already had quite a tradition of Native Americans in the organization. Some of the best people were in there.
Well, the Claremont,
Yeah.
when I got to Missoula, Claremont and Orville had already left, and there were several Native Americans that had already left the program. Claremont's brother wasn't there anymore, but Steve Claremont was really the, well, there were a few more. Everett Winterger was there. He trained I trained him as a rookie. There was a few Native Americans.
Did those numbers go up, or what happened with the Native Americans?
I think all the numbers. I think we started seeing an increase in diversity as a whole.
Yeah.
Not any group in particular. Definitely the women, because there weren't hardly any women in there, and we got some very good.
So how many women, when you checked out, how many women were in the program?
Ooh, I don't remember.
It was more than 2 though?
Oh yeah, there was more than 2. I don't remember. We had several went through the program that were. You know what? I want to tell you something about women smoke jumpers. I was probably like any other smoke jumper. The first time I met Deanne Schumann, who was the first smoke jumper in McCall, and I was kind of reserved about it because I was in the same frame of mind as every other smoke jumper in the country. And when I saw women that weighed 130 pounds, barely made the weight, 120 pounds is what they ended up readjusting the weight for women, and they were 125, 130 pound women, and they were carrying a pack that weighed 110 pounds. And they were keeping up with the men. I shut my mouth.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was impressive in that, and I really did a turnaround. I said, you know what, a smoke jumper is a smoke jumper is a smoke jumper.
Yeah.
If they carry their weight, I mean, we had men that couldn't do the pack out.
Yeah.
So, you know, you just gotta accept the individual for what they individually can do.
While you were superintendent, were there any big incidents that come to mind?
Oh, yeah.
Were a big challenge for you?